G'day everyone, Smith City here for Smith City Product Reviews. Well, I'm back with a beer cartel beer, the one I said I was going to do next, Rodenbach Classic Flanders Red Ale. Red, ripe and refreshing. It's 5.2% volume. It says that twice. I don't know why it says that twice. It's in a 250ml can. So, pretty strong high alcohol content for the millage. So I'm just going to read a little bit off Dan Murphy's website because I've got some stuff off here, and I just don't want to read the first paragraph because that'll tell me what it's going to taste like, and I don't want to sort of give too much away because I like to sort of give you my honest opinion before I trying to figure out myself before I say what it actually is supposed to taste like. So despite its dark red-brown appearance, Rodenbach is a light and very refreshing beer. 25% of Rodenbach Classic is aged on French oak for 2 years and then blended with young lager, 75%. So that's what this is. Brewed and crafted in Belgium. That's pretty much all that's on the front of the can. So I'll get into a glass. It's almost like it's just a repackaged Red Bull can. Right, I'll get into the glass. Heavily carbonated. I knew it wasn't going to fill up that whole glass. Really no head. I can sort of smell there's like a sour or tartiness aroma just from here. So I'll have a bit of a sniff for you guys, and I'll let you know what I think. Oh, instantly oak. It's almost got like an earthy woodiness that you'd get from, like, let's say a Merlot or different types of whiskies, scotches. But they're definitely also, with that sort of woodiness as well, you are getting sort of a sour or a tartness coming through. It smells really good, guys. See if you can see what it looks like there. As you saw on the pour, it is heavily carbonated. So, Rodenbach Classic, I'm going to get stuck in and let you know my thoughts. Wow. What an awesome constructed beer. So it's interesting. It has layers, and when I've had sour beers in the past, generally the sourness is on the back palate, and that's just sort of how I experience some of the sours I've had, where the mid to back palate is sort of the finishing sourness. But with this, it almost comes in first, and then it gets cut away by a really sort of smooth, oaky, woody taste, and that sourness is like almost like a cherry tartness. This is good. So with the light hitting it, that's sort of what I'm looking at. It's almost pretty similar to the color behind me, sort of a mahogany red color, but on the light there it's a little bit to the light there it sort of does have a bit of an amber hue, but well, that's what it looks like when I'm looking at the camera. So packaging, like I always talk on my channel, I'd definitely pick this up. If this was in the beer section, as opposed to, like, let's just say it was sort of like packaged near the ciders or that sort of stuff, I might not come across it. Because I sort of have to be in the mood for those sorts of drinks, and I might not come across it unless I go to that fridge. But if this was like put in a beer fridge, the can itself, just the can structure itself would entice me. But then also the packaging is very sort of sleek in terms of it's got like the old school writing there. I'm not too sure what font it is, but it's a pretty old school font with white backdrop, the black letters popping. And it's got like you may not be able to see it, but it's kind of like got like a gold. Yeah, you're not going to be able to see it. It's kind of got like a gold outline around the letters, which I think it just makes for a really good can. So standard drinks is 1. New Zealand is 1. So I don't know, maybe they've got different standard drinks. Imported in Australia by Heron Beverages, 62 Tope Street, South Melbourne. Imported for New Zealand by Safeway Traders Limited, 60 Roma Road, Mount Roskill, Auckland, New Zealand. They've got a website and also Facebook and Instagram, so check them out on their website, www.rodenbach.be, or Rodenbach Beer on their socials. I'm going to try to read. It's going to be. Okay, it's in a different. It's in a different language. Should I give it a crack? I'll give it a crack. Rodenbach Classic is der. I'm not struggling with the language. I'm more struggling with the style of writing. My nana used to write like this in cards, and buggered if I know what half the stuff she used to write in them. Referente vu Viams Road Brun Beer. Oh, I'm a sinking ship. I'm going to stop. Had a crack. Yeah, I had a dip there. Drinkability is fantastic. The fact that this is 5.2% in a 250ml can, you could pump these. You could absolutely pump these big time on a deck party, going to dinner somewhere, or just at home like I am. Really, really good. Really, really good. So, because that's in a different language, I'm going to read off this. Rodenbach Classic sets the bar of Flemish red ales. This ale owes its sweet and sour fruitiness and refreshing taste to the fact that it is partially matured in giant French oak casks called foiders. So I'm just going to type in that because that's interesting. What is a foider? Well, it's pronounced fooder. That's what it says. In its simplest form, is a large barrel when exactly it becomes a fooder rather than just an oversized barrel is somewhat. And then I have to click on that website. I'll see if people who ask. Is a large wood fermentation vessel usually made of oak. The name comes from the Dutch word vat, meaning a big wooden tank. In this article, I'll tell you what a fooder is, how it affects beer, and highlight some of the best fooder beer available on the market. I won't go into that, but just type in fooder, spelled Foeders, into Google if you want to know more about that term and process. So drinkability is 10 out of 10. I'm just trying to work out what I'd rate this at. It has been a fairly decent day weather-wise. I was almost tempted to put a lager in the fridge and do a review, completely forgetting that I said that I was going to do this next. I literally was about to put a lager in the fridge and then remembered to do this, but this is a perfect style beer for this type of weather, for sure. And I'm just trying to think of a rating to give it. It's not overly sour, but there is sort of that sourness, but I do like that oakiness to it. I think if that oakiness was a little bit more dialed up, I'd probably give it a 10. Just because I love oaky stuff in spirits and wine and that sort of stuff. It's very well balanced between the tartness or sourness of the fruit complex and also the oak aged, the fact that it's oak aged. I'll give it a 9. Really good. Rodenbach. It's funny. I wanted to know how to pronounce it so I jumped on Google Translator, and it's funny. From English, you press the what does it sound like button, and Belgium, you press the what does it sound like button. And it's funny. It's in the Belgium. It says it like Rodenbach. You click on the Australian, it's so bogus, like Rodenbach. It sounds so bogan, the Australian version. Typical Aussies. So yeah, I'm going to give it a 9, guys. And I'll catch you on the next ripper stuff.